Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So we are here, whoops, and back in our Nascar series with Walker. We're going to go ahead and get our tie down, get our pitot cover, we've got our window cover removed, and we'll go get our engines taken care of. Hey sir, how you doing? Looks a little toasty. I can't imagine you sitting out here in Phoenix in that get up, but hey, for safety, maybe that's what they gotta do. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Just get the covers off, and let's hop in the plane. So, let's get going, because we want to move along as quickly as we can. So, we're pretty good at getting things started up, so...
November 321, Charlie Zulu descend and maintain 9,000.
Alright. So we're going to go to the flight plan, and we are at Kilo Golf Yankee Romeo, and we are heading to...
Cessna 26168, holding short, runway 19 for northeast departure.
Cessna 168, contact tower for departure clearance.
We are at Kilo Victor Golf Tango is where we are headed. We need to get on ground 121.7. And we'll get our clearance shortly. But let's see. We're going to leave on runway 3 with the Mesa departure. Mesa 7, doing that. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure that it... There we go, it finally popped up. Say Intentions was being a little bratty. Kgyr Airport. Ground, Walker 4021, requesting IFR to North Las Vegas.
What the ATC audio sounds like.
Whoop.
And next is what yours sounds like.
Did I too? Kgyr Airport. I don't want to hear me. Ground, Walker 4021, requesting IFR. I swear I hit 121.7. Phoenix ground, Walker 4021, requesting IFR to North Las Vegas. I'm wondering if because it hadn't come up yet, I had keyed it in.
Working on that clearance. Stand by.
I think I had keyed it in early, and then it didn't know what to do. Alright, we're going to do ILS, Jocus, Nintendo 1 depart, or arrival, Guile transition. So, should be good. We'll get Zipper, get Guile.
Walker 4021, cleared to North Las Vegas. Radar vectors hide at, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 26010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.45 squawk 5115. Expect runway 3.
Alright. Cleared to North Las Vegas. Radar vectors hide at, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 26010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.45 squawk 5115. Expect runway 3. Walker 4021. Alright, let's dial that in. 4,000.
4021, read back correct.
So then we want flight director, nav, yaw damper, get all that going. We need to get our performance data in here, so flight level 260. And we're going to get our takeoff. So we have variable winds at 4 knots, so we're just going to do a 0/4 because it doesn't really matter. We're here in Phoenix and it is hot as whatever you want to call it. So 33, I think that's like 90 or 100. in Fahrenheit. I'm terrible at that, so I'm probably wrong, but we're going to try. Alright, we need to get... Whoops. Not worried about the range that much. I need to get this up to 30, just all 30. Let's do that. Giving myself too many things. Alright, let's light this candle, even though we're not doing any kind of ship, but we're going to go ahead and get everything set there with our lights. We're going to get our flaps down to 1.5. Alright, we are already up there. Let's get the next one. And, whoops, a little too excited in my looking. Getting that up to about 15 or so. Fire that up. Guard the switches. And let's call for taxi. I want to get out of here because it is hot. Goodyear ground, Walker 4021, ready for taxi.
Hawker 511, Hotel Alpha, follow the Falcon, hold short of taxiway Charlie.
Set no audio for Mike. Goodyear, Walker 4021, ready for taxi. Oh, now it did give me stuff.
Walker 4021, taxi to runway 3 via Romeo 2 Alpha A10.
I luckily did have my parking brake on because, man, my throttles were up. I did not check that properly. So, taxi to runway 3 via Romeo 2 Alpha, Alpha 10. Alright, so 4,000, all good. So, we are headed, as you may have understood, from Phoenix to North Las Vegas, a distance of a whopping 218 miles or so. So you should be able to see that. I'll just double check that you in fact are. You are. Aren't you all lucky? Make sure my tracker is tracking, because that can get to be annoying. I actually started this flight once and was airborne and realized I had not started tracking yet. So, typically, kind of get you up in the air, step away. This is such a short flight, it's going to be about 30 minutes, so we might just stick this one out together. Again, people can let me know if they're like, yeah, we'd rather not just go up and down even if it's short. But until people let me know, I don't know. But yeah, we need to start squawking. There we go. So now they can see us, because otherwise they will yell at us when we leave. And they should, because they wouldn't be able to track us appropriately. We won't be getting the right information. Alright, so while we are going, let us get tower in, which is 120.1. And then we will get departure keyed in as well, which is 125.45. And we'll put that there. And we should be all set then. But trying to catch up, because yes, this would be March 16th is the race, so we're flying on March 15th. But we're not, really. We will be doing things, you know, kind of in that proper time frame as I catch up, but they didn't publish this tour until March 23rd, so we're doing catch-up. And I didn't see it till like 2-3 days ago, so I didn't even see it till like April 8th. So 2 or 3 other weeks went by, and you know, it is what it is. So getting close, but pretty stark out here. It is not my... Like, I would honestly, I think I would hate living out here. It is just so desolate looking. I love forests, trees. seasons. Those are also helpful. So yeah, just this sandy scrub, just there's nothing about it. I get people who maybe even like hot, like, you know, don't want to have any snow, whatever. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of doing work with snow and this and that, but, you know, where we're moving to, there's less of that, pretty much none of that. I mean, working from home, hopefully I won't have to travel a lot. And so, all right, so we will go here. Niner Papa?
Cessna 9er Papa contact
no, 9er
ground on
okay.
121.7. Have a good evening.
Alright. Alright. Kgyr Tower, Walker 4021, holding short runway 3, requesting departure. Hopefully I won't confuse it. Sometimes
Walker,
it like issues me.
4021, runway 3, winds 350 at 4. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 3, cleared for takeoff, Walker 4021. Alright, turn off the taxi, turn on the landing lights. Double check that our flaps are down, they are. Let's release the parking brake, and let's go. It's taken a little bit to get rolling. Sometimes there's little divots and things that get stuck in. But heading out. Getting ourselves ready to go. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of rush for me to get some of these done. We got the long flight for the next race. And the weekend's coming up, and it'll be great to like get off in the air and then let it go for 3 or 4 hours while I go ahead and get what I need done, like collecting groceries and stuff. So things you can do while flight simming, but are a little more challenging in a real airplane. So you really can't do that unless you're gonna probably inappropriately land. Man, I am having a difficult time holding the center line here. Let's get up in the air, let go of the rudder. We're up in positive rate, so gear up. Once we get LNAV, okay, we will then, I'm going to pull this back because we are just flying through there.
1 clear to land, Diamond 3 Alpha Zulu.
Alright, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do flight level change, and we're going to get ourselves there, and kind of fly the runway heading, which we're not totally doing, but we're doing okay. So, but we'll get ourselves up to 4,000.
Walker 4021, traffic at your 12 o'clock 2 miles, at 1,000 Skyhawk.
Traffic at 12 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,000 Skyhawk, Walker 4021. Alright, well, I don't know that I see him, but...
Walker 4021, negative traffic is at your 12 o'clock 2 miles, 1,000 feet, Skyhawk.
Traffic at my 12 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,000 feet, Skyhawk, Walker 4021. Just transfer me to departure, dude. Just want to get going.
Contact departure.
Contact departure, Walker 4021. Kgyr departure, Walker 4021 with you, 4,000 feet. Goodyear departure, Walker 4021 with you, 4,000 feet. I don't know what is happening, but I'm going to head in the direction I need to be heading.
Walker 4021,
right.
loop departure, radar contact, cleared direct heat at, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210. Let's go crazy. So we should be able to climb pretty aggressively here. A little bit different than an airliner.
Walker 4021, contact Phoenix approach on 128.65.
Contact Phoenix approach 128.65, Walker 4021. Alright, 128.65. Oh, it's already there. I forget. Now it does work. Whoops. 128.65. That won't work because I already had it. Alright. Phoenix approach, Walker 4021, 8,000 feet. Going to flight level 210, Walker 4021. This is struggling, I will tell you.
Walker 4021, Phoenix departure, good afternoon, Glendale altimeter 29.94.
Alright, well, not really that worried about it because we're going through the transition, so. Alright, we're only going up at 4,500, but some of that is I think we weren't going super fast to begin with, so. But 4,500 is not bad. It's just not as good as this thing can normally do. So, we've got everything stowed away. Kind of getting to the north side of Phoenix here.
Walker 4021, Phoenix departure, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, Walker 4021. So let's hop in here, get that dialed in so that we don't get stuck at 21 and then have to start playing games again to continue. So about that lake is about, I don't know, halfway between here and Zephyr, where we're going. Maybe a little bit further than halfway. We're a little bit further south. We're not quite out of the Phoenix area yet, just passing over the last homes. But yeah, I mean, just the desolation and God, the heat. I can't stand the heat. You know, I always kind of joke with people that, like, you know, with the cold, you can.
JetBlue 183 traffic departing runway 27, climb and maintain 7,000, turn left, heading 210. Climbing to 7,000, left to 210, JetBlue 183.
You know, when it's cold.
Zulu Golf, fly, heading 160. 160 for 58 Zulu Golf.
So yeah, when it's cold, you know, you can put on more clothes, but when it's hot, like once you're done taking everything off, eventually you're naked and you're still hot. So, you know, to me, the cold is better.
Phoenix departure, contact Albuquerque Center on 127.675.
Contact Albuquerque Center 127.675, Walker 4021. Albuquerque Center, Walker 4021 with you, flight level 200, on my way to flight level 260.
Walker 4021, Albuquerque Center, good afternoon.
I keep getting this no audio from Mike, but it clearly heard me. So, anyway, let's go back out. We're getting close to that lake. Doesn't look like we're anywhere near it on my Navigraph, but it's probably delayed a bit on when things show up, so But obviously we have, what? Less than 10 miles to go. We have to be above 10,000 feet there. We obviously have blown past that. I am going to put in flight level 260, however, for Mesa. And we'll go from there, and then, you know, it can figure everything out once it needs to do that. But we're getting real close. So, a nice day to fly, that's for sure. It's always good when it's clear. I always found hotter air was bumpier and more turbulent. I don't know. I think that's just because of thermals and stuff like that, but I could be way wrong. I don't think I've put my flaps up. So I'm going to do that now, and that will probably help me climb. Silly me. I'm surprised it didn't yell at me, but we weren't going that fast. So yeah, we're starting to kind of level out. There we go. Locking in at 26, but I haven't hit my standards, so it'll climb a little bit now. Just been doing things poorly. We can turn off our landing light, which I have yet to do in this series, so we'll do it this time.
Walker 4021, Albuquerque Center. Expect the Nintendo 1 arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes.
Expect Nintendo 1 arrival, Walker 4021. Alright, so we're turning at Zephyr. And we're now on the Mesa departure, which basically just takes us from here to Mesa. And that's it. And then we take a quick turn to move over to the arrival. Or actually, no, I guess it's the direct point between 2 points. And that's alright. But it'll get us over to Guile.
Mooney 10 Bravo, Mike clear to climb 10,000.
Gonna back off here before we go too fast.
Navigation, Mooney 10 Bravo, Mike.
So it should flatten out soon. That is terrible audio.
Okay.
So we'll see if we can stay up here at like 300 or 290 for a little bit at least. Because we do have almost 200 miles, but
we need to maintain 12.3 until we get through our procedure turn.
sounds like he's got a complicated path to follow there, so we'll see. Don't know if we'll hear them tell him anything, but alright. But yeah. You know, we'll have descent in 20 minutes, as we talked about. So yeah, what ended up happening is they published this, I submitted it, I think in January. Might have been November, because I think they did publish the schedule kind of early, and I had not seen any notice of it. Going back through my deleted emails, I did find that they had contacted me on March 23rd and said, oh, we're sorry, this is up and active now. We then did get the Martinsville issue fixed, so that will help us immensely here. Man, I just can't. It's so hard to lock in. You know, you really don't appreciate auto throttles until you don't have auto throttles. When you're kind of playing for max speed, and then, you know, things are sloughing off at a mile an hour because you can't do it. So, you know, we've gone from 305 down to 290, and that's probably added 2 or 3 minutes to our flight time. Which is not the end of the world, but... Alright, so we are going to dial this down. We're going to go to VNAV so that when it hits top of descent, it can just kind of start to do its thing. I don't know, I'll put it in about 15, assuming that it'll get me somewhere there when it starts telling me to descend.
Good afternoon, America 1437, passing flight level 250, climb to flight level 360. American 1437, Albuquerque Center, good evening.
I do enjoy the accents of other folks, so that is fun. Alright, let's get our approach set up while we're here at cruise and we have some time. So we've got temperature still pretty hot in Vegas, 31. Whoops, I'm keying in the wrong the wrong unit. Let me clear this. Okay, and winds are 110 at 7. So a little stronger and not variable. And 3004 for the QNH. Which you can see, runway length 4,200 feet. Very short. So I'm going to have to really take a chance, I think, for my Miami flight. Basically, if I rev my Airbus engines, I think I might be able to take off, but I don't know, so I'm gonna have to take a look.
Alaskan 413, expect runway 09.
But I know I can't make it with the Cessna.
Runway 09 or Alaskan 413. United 2028, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 250.
So it's gonna make life interesting.
Flight level 250.
There's a baby in the background. That I haven't heard.
Maintain flight level 310.
So that was interesting. Again, something that can happen with a flight sim, but you probably don't want to hear in a real air traffic control situation. I mean, again, I suppose if you're just flying a little plane and, you know, you've got a family with a baby in the back, I mean, maybe you'll hear it, but it sounded like it was on their lap. Alright, just touching my throttle, just bleeding off some speed here and there. We'll see. But yeah, Hydat is where we're going to. So we could have kind of ignored the Mesa thing, but it's alright. So yeah, it's actually kind of going to skip Hydat, and it's just going to go straight to Guile. So that's why it's, because otherwise it's a 5 nautical mile move, but this will work out. And now we're losing speed again. Just very challenging. But we're down to 150 miles. I think that green dot on top of, what would it be, Bison? Bison, probably. Like Tatanka, Buffalo. But anyway, once we get there, I think top of descent coincides with that. So I can certainly change the range. I don't need it to be that far, so let me do that, because I'm out 100 miles, so that's a long, long way. You know, it's 2/3 of the remaining distance. Oh boy. I'd prefer not to get yelled at. So we won't, but it's going to be challenging to maintain. So yeah, just not... I mean, you know, people will say it's beautiful, and it, you know, it is in a way, but I just could not live in that environment. And that would be what I see every day. You know, visiting it, being awed by just, you know, something like the Grand Canyon or something, sure. I'm all about that. I think that is definitely worthwhile. But, yeah. I do not understand, and the other part I don't understand about it is they keep running, you know, there's always water challenges out here, and it's like, you know, people are not dumb. You're moving to a desert. Can you not understand the potential risk if somehow we can't pump water to you anymore? So, I don't know. But that's where places like Albuquerque and Santa Fe and Phoenix come into existence, because man can manipulate the environment in such a way that somehow these places that really shouldn't be habitable at all can support millions of humans, which is really crazy. Alright, so we're going to be passing into the Los Angeles airspace in a little bit. It'll be after Guile. We'll cross it in 4 or 5 miles, so we'll likely get switched to Los Angeles Center.
Where are you headed? Albuquerque Gunner, Skyhawk. This uniform is headed to Vegas. Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra.
Oh, I see. He's actually going to the Las Vegas airport. I think it's McCarran. But it was Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra KLAS. So that makes sense, because he said Vegas, and then I thought he was like spelling something and then used Vegas for V, which, you know, people do. I did before I got a lot more comfortable with the phonetic alphabet that is used in aviation. But, alright. So yeah, even moving out, it still looks like it's just right on top of Bison, so it may be. But I don't think Bison is that far away. Well, it's 40 from here. So yeah, it'll be about 30 once we turn onto it. But you can see Vegas is still 155, and we are going to pass it and then come back. So, you know, this is where, once again, even though it's quote-unquote a 33-minute flight, this is how things turn into a lot longer than that. But yeah, I'm not going to include... You know, I did a few things in the first couple episodes. Have never done the flight recording, so figured I'd see what I can do there to capture stuff. So I'm pretty comfortable, you know, if I want to do things. I just don't know that it's going to help a lot in trying to get these things out quickly. Trying to edit all that in is going to be much more difficult, so we're just going to fly, at least for now. And, like I said, the goal is, you know, get that one done. And it's like, once I get that one done, I then do have a couple weeks to get just a few more flights done. Because I did indicate on one of the previous episodes, I think where we're going to catch up, well, I know for sure where we're going to catch up, because there's no way we're going to catch up by this Sunday. Well, because really where you might see the Miami flight on Saturday, if not, you'll probably see it Sunday. Where that flight would go on Saturday is where the flight to the race that is actually on April 13th should be. But then they're skipping Easter. There is no race on Easter Sunday, which is the 20th. And then we are at Talladega for the 27th. So on the 26th, that will be when you'll see the episode getting the VIPs there at that point. And I think that's going to mean that I need 3 flights in between, basically in a little less than 2 weeks, because obviously I also then need to get...
Maintain separation with traffic ahead, reduce speed to 200 knots.
I need to get the flight...
Reducing to 200 knots for separation, United 758.
Walker 4021, contact Los Angeles Center on 128.075.
Contact Los Angeles Center 128.05, Walker 4021. Los Angeles Center, Walker 4025 with you, flight level 260. So, sorry about that. Just zoning out a little bit, honestly. Easy to do when, you know, you're on autopilot and you've got nothing but sandy hills to look at. So, but, yeah, getting here near Bison, things are down. So yes, we should hit top of descent. Obviously we'll have to pull back on the throttle then. But less than 100 nautical miles, as you can see. And yeah, we'll be there shortly, but once again, we're probably going past the airport 15 miles, so you know, we're adding 30 miles to the trip, if not a little bit more, so keep that in mind. But that's kind of what I was saying, where sometimes you're like, yeah, it's half an hour, we'll just stay together. And of course, I've run out of things to talk about when we're, you know, still barely halfway there, so. But we've got everything dialed in. Once again, he should call for descent. If he doesn't, I'm still going to go ahead with it. Because I did not enjoy my flight last episode, where then I had to do a go-around because say intentions didn't lead me in appropriately, and I don't know, maybe with these smaller airports it's just a challenge, I'm not sure. But top of descent has lit up on the PFD. You'll see it blink for a couple seconds as it catches and transitions, and then it will start descending to the 2,000 feet.
Walker 4021, descend via Nintendo 1 into North Las Vegas.
There you go. Descend via Nintendo 1 into North Las Vegas, Walker 4021.
Los Angeles Center, Learjet 875 Alpha Tango, 21,000 feet, climbing to 250.
Okay.
Lear 5
So,
Alpha Tango,
VPAth.
Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 400.
We're going to drop this down. We'll see what's going on. But yeah,
Lear 5
turning
Alpha
a bit.
Tango, negative, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Delta 246, climb and maintain flight level 320. Climbing to flight level 320, Delta 246.
Might be able to maintain that. Let's take a look.
4132, we're just letting you know we're back.
So we need
Frontier
to...
flight 4132, say again your request or intention.
Alright.
Climb and maintain 400-875 Alpha Tango.
So we should be above 24,000 at Bison, which we are. We need to be above 10,000 at Koenig, 7,200 at Kgyr-Kvgt, and 7,000 at Nintendo. So I assume it's going to dial us down to that at some point. So, in fact, I will just get myself there because, again, we're authorized to descend via Nintendo, and that's basically like we're supposed to be at 7,000 at Nintendo. Like, it should already know that, but obviously getting configured to do that will be a good thing. Alright, so now we'll speed up a bit, keep it at 250 or close to that. But yeah, Bullhead City, Arizona. So there's an airport kind of down and to the left somewhere. So it should be kind of over here. I don't know that oh, there it is. So that is Bullhead City, Arizona. Kilo, India, Foxtrot, Papa. So if you're wondering where we're at or you want to find it on any kind of a chart just to see where we're headed in, but again, we're on the Nintendo arrival, so you could just pull that up as well and see where we're at. And yeah, so 21,000. But we are maintaining the speed nicely, which is good. But yeah, not much to share. 27 miles to Koenig. I don't know what, like the heading radial or something keeps blinking. Not quite sure what's going on. So in theory, from Nintendo, we should be vectored over at 304 according to the chart. Because basically, it's from Koenig on track 328 to Kiko, then on track 328 to Nintendo, then on track 304.
Clear 5
and then
Alpha Tango, climb and maintain flight level 410.
And then expect radar vectors to final approach. And that's some of what I don't always leave to chance. I just eliminate that discontinuity and link them directly. And that will get me there.
41087 arrival for Tango.
Alright, getting close. Let's see. So I think it was 30. No, it's just 300 directly, but we can't dial in it early like we can on the Boeing or the Airbus. So, oops, we've just gotta get this. I think. Oh, there we go. 3,000. 30.00.
9242 Los Angeles Center. Good evening, altimeter 2980.
Okay, we sped up and gained about 10 knots, so we're going to slow ourselves down, peel that speed off as we drop down. But I'm thinking just before we start hitting that, we're going to go over that way and then basically, you know, head over in that direction. But basically kind of before the next ridge line is where North Las Vegas Airport is. But we'll obviously be flying over Vegas to get there. Alright, now we're going too slow. Well, now we're accelerating, so we're going to keep playing this game with the throttle. So, it has been a long flight day. The flight to get to Phoenix, I spent 3 hours fighting.
Approach on 118.125.
Contact Nellis approach 118.125, Walker 4021. I do like having the air traffic. It definitely gives you something to do while you're cruising. Nellis approach, Walker 4021 with you. 15,000 feet descending to 7,000.
Walker 4021, expect the ILS runway 12 left approach into North Las Vegas.
Expect ILS runway 12 left, Walker 4021. That is what I am
Walker
expecting.
4021,
So
Nellis approach. Good afternoon, North Las Vegas. Altimeter 29.94.
alright, so let's adjust that. Now, do these adjust together?
Walker 4021,
They do.
contact Los
Okay.
Angeles approach on 125.02.
Because on the Airbus, they don't. Contact Los Angeles approach 125.025. See, in this I don't understand either, because we were already on, like, the local approach. Los Angeles approach, Walker 4021 with you, 13,000 feet, descending to 7,000. Alright, we will be turning shortly, because as you can see as we're descending, I'm sure we're thousands of feet above the, those hills, the mountains, whatever, but...
Walker 4021, Los Angeles approach. Good afternoon, North Las Vegas, altimeter 29.94.
Alright, we've already got that from the last one, so that's good. It's good they agree, but there we go. Less than half a mile, so we're going to start to turn. And then we'll kind of go along with the ridge line here a little bit, and
FedEx 1243, have your
eventually
approach
move
descend and
over a
maintain
bit.
4,000 cleared to direct Cobham, join 27 localizer. Descending to 4,000 direct Cobham, joining 27 localizer, 1243.
So we're going to get ourselves below 250.
And about to intercept approach for 26 left by Yankee. It's still approved.
Man, a lot of turbulence.
100 for the Alex runway 26
I'm
left
guessing we're
approach,
turning
257
into the
Charlie.
wind or something. I don't know, but we are.
57 Charlie, turn right
Oh.
heading 100.
I thought we were slowing down, but we're really not yet. So let's. Now we are, I think. Yep. All right. Kgyr-Kvgt is not that far. We need to be above 7,200, but again, at Nintendo, we're supposed to be at 7,000. And Nintendo is just 10 miles away, so we can drop 3,000 feet in that time, so it should be okay, but... Alright. And we're basically heading at North Las Vegas, kind of in that direction. So there shouldn't be much movement. Let me just check the legs here. Oh, we do have a vector. Okay. So let's go down to Kgyr-Kvgt. We'll put that here. And they can vector us over there if they need to. Alright.
Okay, we'll bring our speed up, Southwest 756.
I did not hear him asking to do that, but that's okay.
118.75.
That is not us. Alright. We should be able to do some stuff.
Walker 4021, Los Angeles approach, descend and maintain 7200. Altimeter 29.97. Turn right heading 345 vectors for the ILS runway 12 left approach.
Turn right heading 345. Oops. I kind of didn't listen, or didn't cut that off. So, alright, and 299er7.
Proceed direct to COD node, then expect vectors for ILS runway 27 left, approach for Delta 2333. Delta 2333. Contact Las Vegas Tower on 118.75.
Okay, it's interesting the way it's having us come in here, but... Because, yeah, Kgyr-Kvgt is kind of way up there, and maybe it's just going to have us fly past the airport this way. I don't know. But we will let the vectors do their thing. Because, yeah, we are past Nintendo now, so...
American 1877 traffic at 11 o'clock and 10 miles westbound, 5,400 for 2,000 is a 757. Expect to follow.
No, I don't understand.
American 1877.
Because Kgyr-Kvgt is further than... So I don't understand. Like, it's making it seem like Kgyr-Kvgt is here.
Not seeing you on radar. Double check 5225. Ident again.
So...
Comanche 8 Delta Lima radar contact.
I don't know where that's going to go.
Airport at 5,900 feet.
I don't know.
Las Vegas altimeter 2983.
We will try to have Sayantenches direct us in. Whoops, we are... Because we leveled out, we're slowing down quite a bit, so... Alright, well, we don't want to go, like, insanely fast, but... So let's see if this will work. Because, yeah, at this point, we are... we're coming up on the city once we get past this ridge line. But the airport's like over there. And again, 12 is going to come in that way. Well, it should. Yeah. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting how they're going to fly us in. But
Walker 4021, turn left heading 315.
turn left heading 315, Walker 4021. Oops.
Altitude.
I was hitting the wrong dial, which is why I'm getting the altitude. Alright, so now we're basically... Is it going to have us overfly the runway? That would seem kind of stupid. But okay. I mean, we are coming parallel to it, and we should be okay, so... Alright, let me back this off a tiny bit. But now you can see, you know, we're starting to get over. You can see Vegas there. But we are very close, you know, on the radial. You can see. But it's like, there's 12. And then, you know, we've got these other things that are here, like Kgyr, but I wonder if, because we're vectored, like, yeah, this isn't changing in theory, like, but it looks like we're getting further away, which we're not. So, it's interesting. Alright. Man, it is hard to maintain. Alright, so that's the main airport. So if you've ever seen me do Tower Simulator, that's the layout that we're using and working around, and all these gates around here and all that. There's the sphere, the yellow thing. So, yeah. The Mirage,
Bravo, clear direct to the
all those hotels right there. But again, we are going to North Las Vegas.
5,500, 582 Bravo. Cessna 6 Alpha Tango, contact Henderson Tower on 125.1. Good day.
Alright. And that may be
Las Vegas approach.
some of the airport.
526
Oh.
Alpha Tango.
Actually, it'll probably
Cessna
be,
6 Alpha Tango, contact Henderson Executive
might be
Tower
there.
on 125.1.
But yeah, we've now gone past the strip, and you know, the stratosphere is there. You can definitely see the landmarks people are familiar with if you know anything about Vegas. Yeah, we will kind of move that over, but yeah, I think the airport is there. It's just hard to get a good view of it. So, you know, we got to get up there, and, you know, again, now you can see Kgyr-Kvgt, so you can see where we're at. If I dial this down a bit, there you go. So you can see we're, you know, 4 miles away, but that's, yeah, that's definitely the airport there. So that is where we are headed. But we're going to need to descend at some point, because let's see, at Kgyr-Kvgt, we're supposed to be at 6,200, so we don't have to go down much. So it basically has us coming in 1,000 feet ahead. And then we're going to be at 5,500 at Kgyr, and 4,100 at Kgyr, and then Jackpoo, I assume was like jackpot or something, I don't know, 3,260, and then we're landing, and the field is at 2,200, so we're only about 5,000 above where we should be. But you can see we've got, you know, 9 miles to Kgyr-Kvgt, and we're probably headed toward it a little bit. We're not totally parallel, because I think we'd be, what, 220, 210, yeah, so we really should be at 310. We're like coming in at like 5 degrees closer to where we should be. Probably this pace is okay, because I don't want to be going too fast.
Walker 4021, turn left heading 290.
Turn left heading 290, Walker 4021. So now it's going to probably have me be able to make a better approach and a turn. Because now I'm like 10 degrees away of, you know, of where I'd be, well, 20 degrees away.
Walker 4021, contact Nellis approach on 118.125.
Contact Nellis approach 118.125. Nellis approach, Walker 4021, with you. Nellis approach, Walker 4021, with you.
Walker 4021, Nellis approach. Good afternoon. North Las Vegas, altimeter 29.97.
Okay, great. Are you going to turn?
Good afternoon.
Southwest 521, contact tower 118.3.
Switching to 118.3, Southwest 521.
Alright, well, I am going to make my own call because...
Request flight level 350.
Cars 85, contact Las Vegas approach on 125.9er.
FedEx 1296 cleared, visual approach runway 36 right, maintain 170.
Cleared visual, runway 36 right, maintaining 170, FedEx 1296.
Over to Las Vegas approach 113.95, Blackjack 1.
Blackjack 1, contact Las Vegas. Approach on 133.905. 5 long.
Altitude.
Altimeter 3024, 46 Yankee.
Baron 46 Yankee, contact Las Vegas approach on 120.45.
There's definitely a lot of chatter, but I would think a lot of people want to fly into Vegas, so I'm not surprised. I don't know that I like this giant circle. Maybe that's the thing, like it should have... Maybe I had to go further out.
Walker 4021, 5 miles from Joku's. Turn right heading 150. Descend and maintain 6200 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway. 12 left approach.
Turn right heading 150, descend and maintain 6200 until established on the localizer. Cleared for ILS 12 left approach, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, traffic at your 12 o'clock, less than 1 mile. At 8000 Skyhawk.
Traffic at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 8000 Skyhawk, Walker 4021.
EBM 425, Delta Bravo, Nellis approach, good afternoon, Las Vegas altimeter 29.901.
Alright, I am...
2901. By Delta Bravo.
I am not
Walker
going
4021,
down...
traffic in sight, maintain visual separation. Walker 4021, contact North Las Vegas Tower on 125.7.
Contact North Las Vegas, Walker 4021. North Las Vegas Tower, Walker 4021, runway 12 left.
Walker 4021, North Las Vegas Metropolitan International Airport Tower, winds 100 at 6. Runway 12 left, cleared to land, caution bird activity.
Cleared to land, caution, bird activity, Walker 4021. Alright, we got 10 miles to go here. Alright, we're gonna lower gear, because that'll help. Okay, we're on the localizer. We're just not on the glide slope, so I think I need to go catch it. So let's do that. Give ourselves a bit of a dive.
Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray, extend upwind I will call your crosswind.
Because yeah, I'm supposed to be...
Upwind, waiting for your call for crosswind, Skyhawk 542
I'm supposed to be
Alpha
at
X-ray.
Kgyr already. But that's the airport. So... we're gonna get ourselves there. Okay, this is coming up, so hopefully we will grab the glide slope shortly. But yeah, we were too high. It just did not come together. But again, that's why you gotta fly the planes sometimes. Alright. Catch the glide slope. There we go. Alright. Now we can just worry about the speed. And we can get ourselves down. I don't know what'll happen with the bird activity. I've not had that with, say, intentions. Alright, we've got flaps fully down. Gear should be down. It is. Alright, let us throw our landing rate monitor up. But green dot is lower, so in theory, I can still slow this down a good amount and get down to like 100. It just seems very, very slow. But that'll give me some ability to maneuver, that's for sure. Let me pull it back a little bit more. 4 miles. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell the kind of stuff going over. It's just this weird look, and I'm assuming it's the way the glass is contoured or something, but it is odd, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, stall is further than that, but all right, now I want to slow down if I can, but we are getting some buffeting winds. 800 feet, a little less than 3 miles out. And again, as long as I'm below 800 feet a minute, like, that'll work. So yeah, we really want to be around 110, not around 100, but really, I guess I am on the runway, man. That just looks odd.
Inbound. Full stop. Runway.
Alright.
12 right.
Okay, so it's finally kind of
Bonanza 424
aligning
Romeo Papa, North Las
well.
Vegas Metropolitan International Airport Tower. Enter left downwind for runway 12 left.
Autopilot.
Alright, there's just too much. It's doing too much, is what it's doing. I mean, it should not be buffeting as much as it is. So it's
enter left
just,
downwind for runway 12 left, and then 424 Romeo Papa.
it's just a bit odd. But man, talk about making it hard to pick stuff out. Alright, so coming down.
Skyhawk
Oh, we
505
bounced.
Alpha Mike, turn left heading 090, contact departure.
We bounced
Left to heading 090,
twice.
contacting departure, Skyhawk 505.
I think it kind of
Alpha Mike.
came up on us a little bit, the runway. So it was a bit unique. Okay, slow down. Alright. So let's vacate.
Walker 4021, welcome to North Las Vegas. Contact ground on 121.7.
Contact ground 121.7, Walker 4021. Alright, so we need to vacate. Should be okay there. North Las Vegas ground, Walker 4021.
Walker 4021, North Las Vegas Metropolitan International Airport ground, taxi to parking via Delta Echo Golf.
What am I missing? Oh, come on. Really? Taxi to parking via Delta Echo Golf, Walker 4021. I don't know that I can do this. I don't know how easy it is to turn on a dime here. But we're gonna try. I mean, I suppose the good news is it's just sand, right? So it should work. I mean, really, you should then let me... I mean, he should have had me go that way. I don't know. I mean, this is just not the best taxi direction here, because it really probably should have me cross the runway. Yeah, I do not know that I'm going to be able to use a large plane here to take off, so this is going to be challenging, to say the least. So, alright, now we head there. I kind of figured we weren't going to the terminal, but I hadn't really looked at the chart. So we'll see. But we may be at the other end, because, yeah, we've got a couple runways, 12. Yeah, I'll have to look at this, but because I think there is a 5,000-foot runway, but that's barely a mile. I mean, I think I can do it, but it's definitely going to be a challenge. So, but without being able to fly something like that, we're going to have a difficult time making it. I can also look, I think there's 3 or 4 other pilots that have done this. I can see what they used as far as aircraft, and that will guide me as well.
Short of taxiway Lima, waiting for clearance to enter the ramp.
Holding short of taxiway Lima Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Alright, I'm pretty sure this is Echo.
Piper 07 Whiskey on departure, maintain VFR at or below 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 119.4.
Oh, we are still continuing.
Departure
Interesting.
maintain at or below 4,000. Departure frequency 119.4.
I assume we're going to turn left, but if we turn right, I'll be... No, it looks like left.
Piper 07 Whiskey, read back correct.
Alright. So, we'll head over this way. And there we go. So that looks like the GA ramp. Guessing, yeah, this is another runway that it did not ask us to hold short on, so I'm guessing it's not in use. This is really running us back here, but that's alright. Wherever they have room for us. So, and again, the VIPs are going to get picked up in a car and taken wherever to their hotel, so. And then they get to the track and enjoy the race in the hot broiling sun. Of course, they dealt with Phoenix, so this might be not quite as bad. It's a couple degrees cooler. Well, there is a lot of space here for aircraft. Wow. There's no end in sight. Maybe. Maybe right around here, or maybe not. No, yeah, it's... So, I think it's just... Oh, it's probably putting us over where those people are blinking. Although, that almost looks like a helip. Oh, there's a plane there. Never mind. Alright, we're just gonna stop here. That'll work. Okay, so let me stop the engines. And once we're done, that should file things. And we'll be good. Alright, so welcome to Vegas. Yeah, I don't know where this was really in theory taking us, but this is a spot. But yeah, yeah, it's just doing some weird stuff over there. Things coming in and out. But yeah, we're a long way away. Thinking, not sure if this is the runway we did land on. It may be. No, we had to come in a different way. But let me look at this real quick just so we get an idea. So now there's actually 3 runways here, I think. I guess I should probably look at an airport chart. That would probably be more helpful. No, there's 2 runways. Oh no, there's 3. So this one was the short one, but the other's 5,000 and 5,005.
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar cross runway 31, contact tower for further instructions.
And so yeah, I
Crossing
see
runway
where it.
31 will contact tower Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
I see where it has us now.
Bravo Charlie to General parking 68 Delta. Have a good evening yourself.
But yeah, so 12 left was because basically the end of the runway here is, this is 7, and then 12 right goes across, and then 12 left is a little bit further, which is where we landed. So basically, yeah, 12 right should be there. Yeah, because I think Golf goes here, and that's a taxi point where runway 12 right comes across. But I think I'm going to have to try to do it, and I've done it before where I've just really done some crazy things, and obviously there's no trees at the end of the runway here, so if it goes a little longer, I probably am okay. So we will probably use the Phoenix again for the next leg, because I think that just makes sense. But you know, we've got almost 2,000 nautical miles after this race, so that is a long flight. That is going to take many, many hours. It's 3 times the length of anything we've flown so far. So I've got to plan that out, but we'll take a look at it tomorrow, and that will get us nice and close. And then at that point, we're doing a couple little jumps here and there. So I feel pretty good about being able to catch up with probably not much effort, unless something happens in real life that I'm not aware of or not planning. Obviously, I'd prefer that not be the case, but we will go from there. Hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly, as always, have. Do love flying around, seeing different places. You know, serving the NASCAR people gets to be a little repetitive. Obviously, the tracks are where they're at, and people kind of go to the same place, but, you know, that's how pilots would work. So, can't do everything brand new. I will probably be getting into my VFR series again. I definitely want to keep that around the world thing going. That has been quite a bit of fun, but been waiting for a lot of things to come together in 2024, and it just doesn't look like it's going to, so I think I'm going to have to do the make-do situation, kind of the fact or fiction, as we talked about in the previous episode. But with that, I will see you next time.